Rogan Report Podcast. Check it out.
All things Joe Rogan by day. Rogan Report Podcast by night. All day. All night. Half hour to an hour-ish episodes once a week.
The Rogan Report Podcast.
All right, Shane. Here we are, episode 16, in your basement again.
Yeah.
After just watching UFC.
Horrific bloodbath of a UFC.
Yeah, a pretty good one all around. Although, I think we probably could have skipped the Jacek slash
Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna Shevchenko.
Yeah.
As much as I was happy to see Shevchenko win, like I was like, that's what I wanted to happen. I don't like Joanna.
Not really, hey?
She's kind of like, maybe she plays the heel, but she just seems like
She
bitch.
seemed like such a dick after losing to Rose twice and still acted like it wasn't her fault or something.
Gross.
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
Definitely the least exciting fight on the card. Although maybe the that Canadian, how did you say his name? Hakeem Dawodu. That's the one.
I think that's it.
Dawodu.
That might
I
be
thought
it
they
too.
were saying Dowdy. I was pretty sure they were saying Dowdy.
That's a tough last name.
Yeah, Dawodu.
Yeah.
And Kyle Bosniak. Split decision. Fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like who?
Well, he basically outclassed him the whole fight.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. It should have been a unanimous decision.
And Kyle Bosniak has a twitch or something.
Yeah.
He can't stop grabbing his shorts.
Yeah. They were calling it. What did they call it? Man, that was weird.
Oh, it was terrible.
He was grabbing his short, looking like he was pulling it up. Like, okay, I need to pull this up so I can throw a kick.
Because I'm going to throw a high kick.
And then
or
he
something.
threw zero kicks the entire time.
He would He would even pull up his shorts in the middle of like an exchange.
Yeah.
And get caught.
Yeah. Like, while he's getting punched in the face, he's reaching down to grab his short.
Like, how frustrated was his corner, I wonder?
Started with Jimmy Manuwa and Thiago Santos, which like 10 seconds in was like ultra exciting. Thiago had Jimmy hurt, and you were like, oh man, this is but then it was back and forth. Like
Jimmy
Manuwa
rallied.
Yeah, Manuwa hit him like he had him hurt multiple times.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, in the end, Thiago Santos, big knockout.
Just bombs, man.
Yeah,
throwing his whole fucking body at everything.
Yeah, and those that's what's 205, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
And they were saying he just moved up Thiago Santos from middleweight.
So good move.
Yeah. Have fun with that, 205ers.
Yeah. And then Cowboy Oliveira, who also I don't like, bit of a heel, versus Gunnar Nelson. And in the first round, Gunnar's about to land a takedown, and Cowboy reaches out and grabs the fence and keeps himself upright with like a severe illegal
just a straight
grab.
up.
And was that Yves Levine?
I think it was.
The ref immediately was like, "Hey, fuck that! I saw that happen."
No, it wasn't. It was that starts with a J, Janelle,
right,
or something,
right.
Yeah.
But good call, and stopped the fight and was like, "Hey, I saw that. If you do that again, there'll be a consequence." Although there should have been a consequence immediately.
I think for that, I mean, that's not even like an accidental kick or something. You grab the fence,
yeah,
straight up and held on to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
I can't imagine like you have to fight against your instinct because you're getting like lifted up off the ground. Your instinct is going to reach out and grab something.
There's a thing
Of
there
course,
to
there's a
stop
thing there.
this.
You're going to reach out and grab it.
Yeah.
Like I can understand how you might do that just kind of accidentally.
This goes to Joe's point of not having a cage at all. Just have it in the field, basically.
That would be,
I mean, you'll see a more real fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of. I guess you want it to be elevated but people can see, right? That's the benefit of a stage.
Yeah.
So, but then Gunnar managed to eke it out. Got a solid takedown in the second round. Like went straight into the mount, and then he was kind of like trying to work a submission, and Cowboy was defending a little bit, and then with like a minute left, started raining down just a couple real heavy elbows. And it was like the first one that he hit him with the forehead. Maybe the worst cut I've seen.
It was crazy.
Like
it was bad watching it live, but then when they went back to the replays,
the slow motion ropes
shit.
of blood just flying out of his head.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre has nothing on that finish.
Oh man, that was insane.
Holy shit.
So good job, Gunner. I like Gunner Nelson.
Yeah, they were calling him Gunny. Are you supposed to say Gunny when you're seeing the word Gunner?
I don't know. That's like I feel like that's a nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
Gunny.
sweet nickname.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a lot more friendly than Gunner.
Yeah, well, and he's a scary looking Viking type dude.
Yeah. Where is he from? Like Sweden or some shit? Or
Iceland or somewhere over there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my notes here? I scrolled way down past. So is that all the fights we said? No, of course.
Except
have
for
to talk about
Ortega Holloway.
Yeah. So
Which,
that was awesome.
incredible display.
Was that the fight of the night? Do you know?
It had to have been. Although that Jimmy Mano at Thiago Santos was
Yeah.
great. I hope they both bonused.
Or Gunner and
yeah, I mean,
hard to pick.
yeah,
Those three, should all get some.
those
kind
are
of
the three for
sweet
sure.
bonus.
Yeah.
But yeah, Holloway, we were commenting on his style, with keeping his hands low, wide stance, kind of Connor Anderson Silva.
And his ability to slide out of the way. Like,
yeah.
he got hit a bunch, but nowhere near what he could have been hit with.
Yeah. Yeah. When they were showing the amount of strikes thrown, he's thrown like 400 strikes in over 4 rounds and landed 200 of them. Like that's pretty impressive. And,
I mean, he put himself out there too. Like, he put himself in danger, basically.
Oh, yeah. He almost got finished in the third round.
Yeah.
I'd give the third round to Ortega.
For sure.
And
unreal heart on that guy, man.
yeah.
Like,
You wonder if, like, that last round, like, I don't know.
Yves could have stopped that fight.
He could have. Yeah, the doctor stopped it in
He
between
was getting
rounds.
pieced up real good.
And, he just didn't have the energy after, the last 2 minutes of the fight when he was anything he was trying to do just had nothing behind it.
I mean, I don't know if he was going to get knocked out, though. Like, there
No.
could have been a whole 5th round of that again.
Yeah, totally. Just
Like, that was
fucking-
rough.
That guy's all chin.
Yeah.
So, that was fun. UFC, and then there was 4 podcasts as well.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning, which was Tom Papa.
Yep.
Yeah, good old Tom Papa, the bread baker. So, he's a comedian, actor, writer, television, radio host. His podcast, Come to Papa, available through all things comedy on iTunes.
Yep.
They talked about the Fury versus Wilder
Mm-hmm.
fight, and that Joe hadn't made his decision 100% to commit to whether it looked like who won. But then when he ended up talking to Wilder later, and it sounded like he still wasn't really committing to who.
No,
he thought.
that's this week's, right? You're talking about.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm jumping ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah, I listened to that one. Did you listen to that one yet?
Not yet.
No.
I'm up
You're-
against
you're-
it
you're
this week
behind.
with the podcast.
Yeah, your work is taking out too much of your
Too much.
podcast listening time.
Which, you know what? This is why I was in Skip the Dishes before.
Yeah.
I had my freedom. I just didn't have any money.
Yeah,
So,
had
to
to
get
balance those two.
A real
things.
job after a while,
I
but
don't know.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. What else about Papa? Talked about being an expert on things. They talked about like pool cues, and he's trying to learn about wine and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Tom Papa was on last week. Like, wasn't it so recently that Tom Papa was on?
yeah, probably a couple.
We've done a lot
months,
of these
maybe.
episodes at this point.
Did we? Have we done a Papa?
I feel like
episode?
we've done 2 Tom Papas.
Maybe.
Like,
Papa's a good favorite. One of
maybe the
favorites.
first week, and then I think again, like, I want to say 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. He seems so friendly. He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
such a friendly, like, dad attitude and,
Yeah.
like, dad vibe.
I want to go to his place for Christmas.
Yeah, totally. Me too.
Guarantee there's a lot of good stuff.
And then, so 12/21, or 12/11, rather, not 21. I skipped 10 episodes there for a second. Dr. Ben Gortzel, founder and CEO of Singularity Net. It's like a blockchain-based AI marketplace. Way too smart for me to have a conversation with
For
any of
sure.
those guys. I was
But
like,
had my nerdy ass science fiction brain going fucking doing laps around
every time
itself.
they talk about that AI, I'm like, oh, it's so
Loved it.
fascinating. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and he's optimistic. He thinks it's going to be soon,
Mhm.
sooner rather than later, and he thinks that it's going to be, however we program it, that's how it's going to be. If we program it to be friendly and we program it to have values, and even more than programming it, if we show it that, if we like, he thinks that because it's learning, if it learns like from a psychopath, it will be a psychopathic robot. But if it learns
Right.
from like a nurturing, friendly, environment, that then it's going to be friendly and nurturing and kind of
Of
adopt the
course.
same values we have. So
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I like hearing people
Kind
say,
of an extension of evolution, really. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But we still don't know. We still feel like my instinct is that they're going to realize that humans are destroying the earth, and they're going to be like, okay, well, in order for us to keep on existing, we need the earth. Ergo, we must destroy the humans.
Yep.
Like, that's just so logical.
Biggest and pretty much only problem the earth has.
Yeah, right? I
Like-
mean, there's other problems the earth has that are natural, I guess, and
But nothing that won't work itself out.
yeah,
I feel
but
like
stuff
we
that
can-
could potentially also destroy, those bursts from the sun.
That's true.
Stuff that could destroy
Black
AI.
holes.
Yeah.
Shit like that. No, yeah, for sure.
The stuff that they will have to work on.
So his robot is what Ex Machina is
Yeah.
fucking based on.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
that was pretty cool.
I was pretty nerded
Yeah.
out over that.
That's
too.
got to make you feel good about yourself. when
Because
you
that's
have,
up there with maybe my favorite. Might be my favorite robot movie.
Yeah,
We went over this once
Yeah,
before.
we did.
But
it's definitely up there.
oh yeah,
Top 5 for sure.
yeah. No, that was a great fun podcast for sure.
All right. So after Dr. Ben on 1211, there was MMA Show, Yves Edwards. Not that long of a show, but you managed not to listen to it.
Well, with my limited time, that's the one I decided to
Fair enough.
skip over because the Goggins one I was pretty interested to hear too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to Goggins.
Let's hear
so,
about Abe.
Yeah, Yves Edwards. He's a commentator for PFL, the Professional Fight League,
Mhm.
and the cool thing I didn't really know about it, but the cool thing about that organization is they're doing kind of a season, and they're giving away like $1 million to the winner of each weight class.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so if you win, and there's going to be $1 million that you get, and to win the season, you have to like accumulate points by getting wins, and they had a weird way of doing it where it was like if you win in the first round, you get 3 points. If you win in the second round, you get 2 points. If you win in the third round, you get 1 point, and if you win by decision, you get like a half a point or something like that.
yeah.
It was like a very different thing, and Joe was like, "That's fucking stupid."
It's totally stupid.
Yeah, like why would you get more points for winning the first round when a lot of times the harder wins come in the third round?
Right. All you're encouraging is knockouts.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for there. is
Totally encouraging
knockouts.
people to be exciting in the first round and try to get that first round knockout.
Yeah.
Which I can understand wanting that.
For
Decisions.
the fans, and especially for non.
I feel like a finish should be worth more than a decision.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to make a multi-point system, for sure a finish should be more.
Totally. You won the
So,
fight.
yeah, maybe you get 2 points for a finish, 1 point for a decision, or maybe you give it 3 points for the finish and 1 point for.
Well, and also with the finish, if there's no ref and this is out in the street, you're dead, bro. You died.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they talked a lot about just MMA in general, but that's that professional fighter league. Have you watched any of the fights in that?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Honestly, I've dabbled in Bellator, but that's kind of as far away from UFC as I've been.
His thinking was like once the fighters in the UFC and everywhere see that they actually do give away $1 million to the winners, and then start thinking to themselves like, I could have beat that guy,
Yeah.
and I would have $1 million.
So the tough winners don't get $1 million, do they?
no, like
Not even close.
You
They
know?
get a bike and like 50 grand or some shit.
yeah, yeah. So
That's rough.
good podcast though. I recommend it.
Yeah, I'm going to catch it still.
Yes, I know you will.
I do love Joe Rogan. I've just been busy.
Well, let's prove it with another episode of Jeopardy. Just kidding. I didn't actually do a
You got
Jeopardy.
no Jeopardy
No,
this
no
week?
Jeopardy this week.
Maybe I can turn the tables on you next week.
Oh yeah, that would be
I'll
interesting.
come up with some Jeopardy
Okay.
questions.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm
Alright.
down with that. So then, it was David Goggins, and Joe is such a huge David Goggins fan.
Mhm.
So Goggins is a retired Navy SEAL and a former USAF tactical air control party member who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He's an ultra marathon runner, ultra distance cyclist, triathlete, world record holder for most pull ups in 24 hours, and he's got a new book, Can't Hurt Me. It's available on Amazon.
Yep.
I mean, his resume speaks for itself. Clearly,
Absolutely.
he is this guy. But part of when I'm listening to him, I don't buy it, and I don't know what it is exactly. But I'm like, fucking
Are you getting a vibe like Joe was talking about with other self-help people?
Kind of.
Like he's a little self-helpy?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I don't know why, because he definitely is the guy. He's living the life. It's you can tell it's genuine, and I don't even get the feeling. Like, obviously, he's putting this book out, and he's going to make money from it. And with his Instagram, I'm sure he makes money through his Instagram, so he attracts followers.
Yeah,
and he kind of says that he's not really doing it for money. He's doing it because.
Well, he said he's been offered once 30,000 and then 300,000.
Right. And that he didn't take that because he thought he would get more, because he didn't want to compromise, or.
Well, he figures this is his thing. Like, this is his pinnacle.
Yeah.
His whole story, which I can understand. Like,
but he doesn't do the like extreme working out for money.
No.
He does it because he has to do it to benefit him physically and mentally.
Right.
Mostly mentally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the rest of the stuff he does for money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Goggins.
And how about running without music in your ears? I don't really run anyway, but I could imagine if it was to run, I would want to be listening to something.
Yeah, something. I would be listening to podcasts. I mean, I'm sure you
probably
would as well.
Yeah. My
But-
playlist like 11 songs.
Yeah.
Can't listen to that indefinitely.
But there is a cool thing about music. Like, I do feel like, Joe's talking about how you can get an extra gear from like a sweet song that pumps you up,
Mm-hmm.
whereas you might not get that same thing from like a conversation.
Right. For sure. But I think maybe the conversation has more of a zone out power.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You can disappear into it. Or an audio book too. Like,
Yeah.
I've done those over the years lots as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for what it's worth though, it is interesting to hear him talk about it. But all that embrace the suck, like, not everyone's raised the same. You kind of have to have gone through what he's gone through to have that embrace the suck ability.
Right.
Like, you can't just stick.
Maybe I'm doubting it because I just feel so bad about how terrible my like workout ethics and yeah.
That could be it. I mean,
Maybe.
my terrible workout ethics too.
Yeah.
I keep talking about it. I've been talking about working out for like 2 years now, at least.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I've bought weights. My son's using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get healthy someday.
Maybe.
I think I've been talking about taking January off of like doing like another sober Keytober.
Yeah.
Except instead of October, doing January, February, March, and commit to like 3 months of no drinking and like healthy eating. Because when I did it in October, I definitely experienced benefit. I was like, yeah, this is good. I feel good.
Once you get over that weirdness hump, it's not bad.
Yeah, no, and it felt like super easy to like. I thought like it was going to be. I thought what's the word, like not maintainable, but like I don't know,
Sustainable.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt really sustainable, and I was like, I could do this. I can do this forever.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then I started drinking again in November.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we'll have drinks the first night. And then it's like, now I've drank almost every day. I've had like 4 or 5 days off since we started drinking. And we're in December now. And I'm like, there's no, like, now we got Christmas coming. And
We're off the wagon.
yeah, I'm off the wagon.
Might as well stay off the wagon until we're ready to get back on the wagon.
So yeah, January, I definitely need to get back on the wagon.
Yeah. I'd like to get doing healthy, but again, after Christmas, because I have all this Christmas shit to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Me too. At my work, we get these boxes full of like all these different kinds of snacks, and it's like chocolates and chips and popcorn and nice for the head office to think of us and send us some treats that we get to indulge in. But man, it's like an extra 1,000 calories a day.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, and you go home and you're already feeling like kind of sick from eating chocolate all day.
Yeah,
It's bad.
All right.
But it's fun.
Well, what else about David Goggins? We're only 19 minutes when we've committed to doing half-hour to an hour episodes once a week. I'm kind of like, I don't know what else to say about any of last week's podcasts.
There's not, I mean, it was not a short week, but
yeah, four podcasts and a UFC.
it's a pretty average week.
Mm-hmm.
We got another UFC coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
Iaquinta versus Lee.
I have it set to record on my That day, I am thinking about going to. Well, I'm going to go see my friend Ben Surez play music. He's like 4 to 6 at the Empress, and then my other friend Maddie Storvold has a CD release. So if you're hearing this and you're in Edmonton, you want to go check either of those things out. I'm going to try to do those things.
Where's this happening?
The CD release is actually at the Telus World of Science. She's doing it in like the new
sweet.
planetarium that they just kind of renovated there, and I think like they've got a whole choreographed like star thing to go along with the concert.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah. A couple of my other friends played there in the like laser theater,
Mhm.
and it was awesome.
Oh, like the old school one where you sit back and the chairs go back?
Yeah, exactly. It was, and then they had a laser show going along to their concert.
That's awesome.
Yeah, one of the best shows I've ever been to. Shout out to the Grassroot Deviation and my friend Brian.
Shout out.
Good job, Brian.
You didn't talk about Tenacious D. You went and saw last
I went and
night.
saw Tenacious D last night. They're amazing. I'm a huge fan of the D.
Yeah.
And I was singing, man, the whole like night and day I've just been singing Tenacious D songs in my head. I was really in my element. They sounded great. Their vocals were just right on point, and they had a great band backing them up as well.
Yeah.
And they have a new album, Post Apocalyptico, and the first half of the show was a full like playing song for song of that album.
Mhm.
And then the second half of the show, they basically played all the hits from over the years. And they said, okay, here's this era. And then they played a few songs from that era. And then we go back 10 years and then this happened. And then they went into like Kickapoo from the Pick of Destiny.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they went back like another 10 years to their like first album. And yeah, I just love those guys. That Pick of Destiny movie, it might be in my top. It's in my top 20, I would say for sure.
Yeah.
Might even make the top 10. For comedies, it's definitely in my top 10 comedies of all time.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it, it's one of those movies where I feel like the more I watch it, the more I like it. And
Yeah.
because the songs like have grown on me, and like the video just matches the songs so well. It's perfect.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I'd like to watch more Tenacious D. Wish that's one of the cool things about living in a place like LA or New York, where it's like the hubs for like art.
You just go out. There's
Yeah,
something happening.
there's like the best art in the world happening all the time.
Well, I mean, think about the Comedy Store. You can just go any night of the week.
Yeah,
You're gonna see someone.
that would be
That's pretty awesome.
nice.
I mean,
Do they have
And
any, do they have any sports stores in LA?
I would think. I dare say.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Or you can just stay here and enjoy the blustery ridiculousness of Edmonton, Alberta.
I do love Edmonton.
No, it's a great city,
It's yeah.
but it's
It's treated me
annoyingly
so
cold
well.
this
It-
week.
It gets cold, It's
You're,
been
you're impervious to the cold. I'm finding out this week.
yeah. I don't. The cold doesn't really bother me. Usually, temperature. I mean, if I'm outside, it's -40. I have pretty good outerwear.
Yeah.
To combat that.
Yeah.
And then just I have a general tolerance for cold and heat where I just don't really get too uncomfortable.
You've been like snowboarding and skiing since like pretty little, hey?
Yeah.
So you're accustomed
Yeah. Since like 4 or 5.
to being outside.
Yeah. And lots of playing outside of skiing and snowboard, like snowshoeing and cross country skiing and building snow forts and
Yeah. Well, I
Doing
did that, but
okay.
Yeah.
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 You gotta. I was talking with a friend about this, but when you live in a place like Edmonton where it does get super cold, you need to find a way to have something to look forward to through the winter. Because if you come to the winter and you just kind of get depressed and stay inside the whole winter and just live to wait for the summer, that's not a healthy way to live.
No, and
I
you
don't
probably shouldn't
recommend
live here if that's how you're.
Yeah. And those people, I hear them complaining on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're complaining. You should move. You should get out of Edmonton. If this cold is that bad for you, like go
Yeah.
somewhere where it's not cold, I guess.
Yeah.
But like Joe often says too, he's like, that cold and that adversity, that creates character and
Right.
makes better people.
Which is why LA is full of vapid weirdos.
Yeah. I mean, it's one reason. I think show business
There's a bunch.
is probably the biggest reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, having it always be the perfect temperature, it's something unhealthy about that.
It's a
No.
bit weird.
Yeah. The sweet is never as sweet without the sour.
Yeah.
That's the saying I like to
We
use.
do have some great summers here too.
Oh yeah, when it's I went to Arizona obviously last week, and it was getting dark at like 6, and I'm like, yeah, but it felt like summer. Like it's like summer through the day, and then all of a sudden it's dark at 6, and you're weird.
Does it get cold in Arizona at night?
It was like 15, 16 degrees.
Okay, so not really.
Yeah, not
it's like a summer night here.
not like here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What else? What do you got? You got fill 5 minutes, Shane. God
well,
damn it.
I mean, this is one of those weeks. It's just been fucking busy. It's just been work.
Mhm.
Drive, work. I don't know about you. Is it busy at work for you?
Yeah, well, stores tend to get
Christmas,
busy
right?
around this time of year.
Man, I'm so not plugged in this Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting up against it here now. It's almost time.
You haven't done any shopping yet at all? Uh-oh.
I have a plan, though. I always
you?
do this.
Oh, okay.
I'm usually catching up with bills and stuff in the last checks before Christmas, and then I go all out right before Christmas.
Do you get like lists of things, or do you like go and try and find your own ideas of things you think people will like?
We get the kids' lists. For people, I mean, we've cut out a lot of our family now at this point. We've all agreed to just buy for each other's kids,
Right.
which is a nice relief.
Yeah.
And that's pretty easy. Like
Yeah.
my nieces and nephews are pretty small.
Cool.
And they're always easy to buy for. My kids are a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So
You get a list and you're like, it's like, I want a 60 gig iPad, and then you're like, all right, I'll go buy like a I'm trying to think of an off-brand.
I tried that
You
the
get
first year.
a
We
1
got them.
gig.
They were called Curios. They're basically tablets for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd
Those
that go?
lasted about 2 months, and they're like, can we get real tablets? Yeah. Yeah. Now they've got phones as nice as mine, and
Yeah.
they know how to use it better than I do anyway.
Brag.
Yeah. It's a family plan. They were free
Nice.
with huge quotation marks.
Angie and I got the plan where it's like bring your own phone, and it's super, super good plan.
Oh yeah.
But like we now just have our old phones from the previous plan,
Hmm.
and they're getting a little bit slow. I don't know. We might have to invest some money.
What are you working with? A 6?
Yeah, I don't know. 6S,
Yeah.
I think is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a solid phone.
Yeah, it does the job.
I think there's not a lot of difference between that and the 7.
Seems like it crashes a lot on me, and like I don't know. The battery died. I had to actually go and get the battery replaced at Apple.
Yeah.
It was like $30, and then it was a lot better. But it's slowly still
Degrading.
degrading.
What do you think about the theory that they build these things and they stop like upgrading them properly too?
Mm-hmm.
Like to make you go get that new phone.
I think it's real.
I'm worried that's coming for mine because when I got ours, I got it free because we got the 8s. I didn't go with the iPhone X, which was out at the exact same time.
Oh yeah,
And I mean, I'm actually glad I like my button on my phone.
yeah,
I'm not ready for fully no buttonness,
yeah.
but
I like the having a headphone jack. I use the headphone jack all the time.
that's true. Yeah.
In my car, I have a tape player, which has one of those converter things that has a little cord that's sticking out.
Yeah.
And that's how I listen to like podcasts and music in my car.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
if I got one of the new phones, I'd have to get, what do you get? Like an adapter that's
Yeah, it
like
comes
goes
with
from
it though. They call it a dongle.
a dongle.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I didn't like at first. It took me a while to get used to saying that word.
So you plug the dongle into the thing, and then
Into your
the
phone.
Wi-Fi connects to the.
Well,
Oh,
no, you plug if you just want to have a regular set of headphones that you already owned,
Yeah.
you just plug the dongle into your charger, into the lightning, and then
Oh, okay.
there's an adapter on the other end, which comes with.
Okay.
But also it comes with a pair of headphones that are lightning connect.
It doesn't come with Bluetooth headphones?
No.
Oh, I assumed it came with those like AirPods.
I assumed that too, because
Yeah.
that's how the commercials made it look.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, so it comes with AirPods. Like that's the cool thing about it.
think
Like,
you
you don't need them.
I think you have
But-
to go ahead and spend $60 or something to get
okay.
those.
Bluetooth does seem to be the wave of the future, though. It's cables and things are on their way out.
I was worried that not having the headphone jack was going to be annoying, but in all honesty, it really isn't, because you're not really going to charge and have headphones on too much unless you're sitting next to a wall.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll plug my phone in by my bed and then plug my headphones in and listen
Yeah.
to podcasts while it's charging.
Fair play. Yeah.
But it definitely happens for me, but I don't know. Not the norm, I suppose.
You're going to keep going iPhone when you do upgrade?
I think so. Like I have so many. I'm just so pot committed to Apple with like my MacBook Pros and my Apple TV and
Everything connects together
works
so perfect.
everything works so well that like switching just seems so, and learning a whole new platform and stuff. I'm too old.
You know what? When I got these new phones, I got, like I said, an Apple 8, and that was my first iPhone I've ever actually owned. Like
really?
I've had ones for work, and then I never really got to know them well because it was just an annoying work phone. But I kind of like it. I've gotten used to it for sure.
Cool.
Now the Samsungs seem weird.
Well, now we're over 30 minutes, Shane, so that
And
we
we're
can call it
rambling about
quits.
cell phones.
Yeah. Thanks for having me over and playing the UFC. That was fun.
Yeah.
And editing out the boring parts of the promo stuff in between.
Yeah, there was like at least half the fucking show is that stuff, eh?
Yeah, it's a fair bit for sure.
Pretty crazy.
Well, what did we started watching at like? It was quite a bit, about 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was getting close to 2 hours for sure.
Yeah. So, and then what is it normally? 3.5?
Yeah.
4?
I think the whole thing actually was 3:45.
3:45.
Yeah.
So almost half.
Almost half
is
of promo.
And we watched some of the interviews and some of the stuff too. So
yeah. Sometimes
cut
you
that
can't
out.
help it. You got to hear it because it's almost part of it.
Yeah,
You know.
totally.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Anyways, we'll talk next week.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for listening. Appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Give us your thoughts on this. How we should run this Jeopardy. I've been thinking about it. And I want to be able to have listeners involved. That's my goal with that. So,
Absolutely. And go to our social medias.
yeah, do that.
Say something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Joe Rogan's unique perspective is teaching us all how to best live, and we will attempt to recap all of his weekly podcasts. Now show your support and download the Rogan Report. The Rogan